day 7 for my 365-day adventure slash challenge. And for day 7, I decided to do tracking. So I was thinking I am on my 7th day, so it's been a week, and first thing that came to me actually was reflection. But it was kind of in the sense of like looking over the week and like what worked, what didn't work. And I was like, oh, well, it's more what I would call tracking, like being able to track my progress. And so I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it tonight. I'm building kind of like a checklist. This is what I was doing with my calendar. I have this calendar that I got. Shout out to my best friend, Rihanna, and she loves giraffes. I'm like, what is this called? And it makes me think of her, and I got it because she motivates me, so every time I look at it, I'm motivated. But I got this at TJ Maxx. It's Orange Circle Studio calendars for today. Super cheap. It was like $8. So anyways, I got this calendar that already had a tracking system in it, and so I've been doing that. I just wanted to build all these like new habits and or I guess more be consistent with things that I want to be doing. And there were some new things that I was working on too, but a lot of it is things I already do, but it's like I want to do them daily. So I have this tracker that's already in my calendar, and then there's like a monthly review, which is what I was just showing you. So there's like your complete successes, needs improvement, things I'm grateful for, best moments of the month, worst moments of the month, yada yada. This one is like I like it because literally I can see the entire month, and I can see what I checked off, what my goals were, and then be able to give myself feedback. And then obviously I have like a whole month as well that I can normally write on. By the way, sorry I keep showing it that way. I'm not recording this through my YouTube where I can just click and flip it, and I'm doing it this way, like just regular camera through my phone, because I don't know why whenever I would download the video from YouTube, it cuts off the end, so that's weird. But there's also in here more stuff as far as like tracking like your month. It's kind of like your year. And so I created this whole thing where I can track my kind of like my being for the day. Like, how was I being? Was I being tired? Was I motivated? Was I, I don't know, lazy? And so there's stuff in here also for money. Oh, hi, Tintin. Hello. You making a cameo? Why are you the cutest? So yeah, there's different trackers in here. This is not supposed to be about a calendar, but anyways, that if you're interested, that is in here. And then there's also space for like your normal day, and this is where I actually, one of the things I was working on was journaling every day, because that's always something I'm very, I think is very important, so I would use that way. So the 365-day challenge, I'm adding tracking in for the challenge stuff that I'm doing. So I've shared focus, I've shared, my breath work, like different things like that. And so those things actually aren't really, they're not in these lists. Some of them might be, but I'm going to do a new tracking system for that challenge and start doing this a little bit more in depth again, because I've kind of gotten off a little bit on it. But that's okay. Like, that's the whole point, right? It's just a practice, and that's why it's here to help guide you. And what I find really helpful and what I really loved when I first started doing this, because I've never tracked this way before, and I honestly did it because the calendar just had it set up for me, but I was super motivated because every time that I look at what I've accomplished, I was like, damn, like I did that, hell yeah. And it just keeps me motivated and like excited and proud of myself, and I want to keep going. So that's what I'm going to do with this challenge as well. And this challenge so far, like, I mean, it's been easy for me. I feel like I'm always in cool conversations with my friends anyways, so it was fun bringing in Ashley and Michelle. But yeah, this is very easy for me to just open my phone and start doing the recording this way, which is cool. So thank you to anybody that is watching. So as far as like the consistency with the video, I think it will be good, but each focus that I am focusing on, it's easy to be like, oh yeah, did I do my breath work today? Like, or what did I, and then I was already thinking like, there's no way I'm going to be able to remember off the top of my head everything that I've shared and that I'm compounding these practices every day. So I was like, I need to build a tracking system. And so, yeah, in the past, it's helped me like build my confidence because I can see my progress. Two, it's just keeping it in the forefront of your mind, because if it's not in front of your face, then you forget. And we live in a city that moves so quickly. And most of my friends that are on my Instagram, and I don't know, YouTube's a whole new thing, but at least on my Instagram TV, you guys are all in LA too. A lot of dancers and stuff, entertainers, and we all have really big dreams. We all have really big goals. And um, it's awesome because I do feel like my group of humans is very motivated and just amazing people. Yet I also think if we keep our goals in front of our face every day, and for me, it's like, okay, look at what we want, and then you work backwards to how you're going to get that. So it's like building a blueprint, building your business plan for what you want, and the daily habits and tracking those habits to create that, to live into the blueprint, is really important. And it's always about like consistency over time. So the tracking system has really worked for me, and that's why I wanted to share it for this day. Um, because I'm going to, yeah, I know I'm going to rock this thing if I can really track it and keep that as a reminder of why I'm doing this really, and then like how it's going for me. Because it also, how I was saying in this review that I have in this calendar, it's so good to be like, oh, these were the things that worked this month, and these are the things that didn't. And then, because like my next months, like I would make notes. For instance, like the month I was just looking at, the following month I had put drink more water in the morning, because if I try to get in however many glasses, like a gallon of water a day, if I start halfway through the day, then it's just like I can't. Like, and then I'm like chugging water and I feel horrible by the end of the night. So, anyways, I do like that it is, for me, it's kind of like being able to look at everything in a broad perspective, especially when you look at your whole month. And then it allows me to kind of like coach myself. I give myself feedback, which is cool, and it's a great practice. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And if anything shifts or changes or get other ideas, I'll share that as well in case anybody wants to do this too. And yeah, I started doing kind of like my internal state, like tracking that, and giving myself feedback even on that, maybe like in 2011, 2012, because I was going through a lot of different changes, and like so much of my life was shifting so much at that time. So I was like, look, I'm going to track everything and then see what triggers me, what doesn't. Like, the days that I'm motivated, why am I motivated that day? The day that I'm more tired, why? Like, it's like, what am I eating? What am I drinking? What am I focused on? Have I read? Have I journaled? Like, I'm just like, I study myself. So I'm going to also go back to that as well, and like tracking how you feel throughout the day. So then you can really become super masterful in like creating your experience every day, however you want it to go. And of course, there's circumstances, there's all these other things that will get in the way, but I tell people all the time, this is my personal belief, and anyone can believe in anything they want, and really a belief is just a choice that you even chose to believe. So I choose to believe that like nothing can ever affect me, that I choose any effect. And that comes with a lot of awareness and practice, and like it really takes like energy and thought and awareness, and you're never aware until you are aware, because there's so much stuff that's happening subconsciously. um, but just in even having a glimpse of that concept, and then like bringing that in more and more and more into your life, it takes years. It's, what are we, 2019? I started doing this 2011. By no means am I a master at that, but having the, or I want to say, and having the awareness of it and the intention to really step into my power, um, in how I experience my life, like that to me is boss. Like that is, I think that's a very important part on this planet that we get to play. And when we do that, we actually then take a lot of responsibility in our lives. And when we do that, we are powerful to create whatever we want. And it's not about us, it's actually about the rest of the planet and how we create for each other. So, yay, day 7, tracking. If anybody does this and has cool ideas or like a planner that they like, holla. I have looked at a lot of planners, like passion planner, like a lot of the ones my friends have. This actually is my favorite planner I've seen yet. I have Brendan Burchard's planner that I got this past year because I signed up for one of his courses. Um, and there's so many great things in it. My thing with his is that it's the timing. It was the same with the passion planner. I can't do things that it's like start at 6 a.m. and finish at 7. I'm like, yo, my day, I need like a 24-hour calendar. Like, my days are all over the place. So I really, and bullet journaling, somebody told me about that. I will have to show you guys my bullet journal sometime because bullet journaling is probably one of the best things you can have. But yeah, I'm very picky with journals, so I'm very happy, or calendars slash journals are kind of both for me. But I am happy with this little one for $8 at TJ Maxx, and it's backwards because again, I don't know, I'm new at this techie stuff. I don't even know how to flip this thing. I don't even know if you can. Anyways, okay, I'm rambling now. Okay, bye.